All right, so what are your qualifications as a chef?
As a chef?
As a chef.
Well, for starters, I think a big part of it is my degree.
Okay, your degree.
A lot of education that comes with it.
Well, what's your degree in? Like, explain it to me. Like, I've never met you before.
So I have an associate's degree in culinary arts.
Yeah. And
my bachelor's degree is in hospitality management.
Okay.
But I also have a concentration in farm to table. So pretty much all aspects of it. I worked on a farm in Napa, but
so it's everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So how does that translate? Like, who are you when it comes to like what it is that you learned in school and kind of the person that you were going into school and then the person that you were coming out of school? Like, how does that like impact who you are now?
I think that going to school is considered an education. I think that you learn a lot of the basics and a lot of the like very beginnings of what the industry and what cooking really is.
Yeah.
But I think coming out of school is when you actually start learning and it becomes a reality.
Yeah.
So you take all of the skills that you learned,
right,
and all the cuisines that you learned about, and everything, the math, the accounting, it all gets put into real life.
Yeah.
So it just turns into a different level.
Okay. So you just kind of like leveled up.
Yeah.
My next question would be, so like how have you changed then? So like, who are you then?
I think going into school, there was really no definition.
Yeah.
As far as like who I wanted to be, what I wanted to do, where I wanted to do it. It was more of just exploring the options.
Yeah.
And learning about the different routes that I could take and who I could become as a person. But I think that after school and working in different states, working in different areas for different people, I really, now where I am right now, everything that I went through after school really narrowed down who I wanted to be as a person and as a chef.
Right. I feel like a good thing to think about next is like, so how did you get here? Like, why are you here? Like here. Yeah. From like getting experiencing your bumps and bruises, like right now, right in this time, like why are you here? Why are you where you are right now? What's happened?
It was definitely a process.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
And a lot of it was life itself.
Mm-hmm.
I went to the Biltmore and I was dating someone at the time, so it was nice because I didn't have to do it alone. But it was also, a lot of it was I was kind of leaning on someone else.
Yeah.
And I wasn't making a lot of decisions for myself.
Yeah.
Even though I thought that I was in the moment. When I decided that I wanted to leave the Biltmore, I moved to Charlotte to live with my mom because my student loans were starting and that part of your life is just crazy and money gets tight. So I did what I had to do. And because of that reason, I moved to the dining room so that I could make more money. Whether I made the right decision or not, it brought me to where I am. So then I started really getting into the dining room and management and serving, and I just kind of thought to myself, like, obviously one day I'm going to want something of my own and I'm going to want to run something and be my own boss, so I need to know how to do everything in reality, not just what's in the books. So I did that, and the restaurant that I went to, the people that I was working for, it was more of a like, okay, you have to take this test. And depending on how you do on the test, that'll depend on what position that you have or what promotion that you get. It's not really about what you're doing in front of me. So then, I don't even know, I couldn't even tell you where the turning point really was. A lot of it was trying to train my mind to think a certain way and kind of wake up. And I think that's where your 10-day challenge came in, because I needed something to kind of like kickstart my mental situation.
Yeah.
And what was going on in my head. I wanted to get up and go to the gym every day. I wanted to eat better. I wanted to do all of those things, but mentally I just was not in the right space yet.
Yeah.
So I think that the 10-day challenge really got me there, and after that, it was like watching a horse race. It was like
clockwork.
Yeah.
Like routine.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now
you're here.
Now I'm here.
So like I asked you like why are you here? So then I feel like the next great like segue would be like what are you doing about it?
That is a good question.
You know?
Yeah.
Like you're here and you kind of had to do this, that, and the other to rid yourself, right?
Yeah.
So what it is that you're doing about it to stay here?
Well, definitely the first step was me leaving the situation that I was in, for starters, in order to do what I was really passionate about, which was cooking.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't balance the two, and that was very clear at the time.
Right.
So I guess to keep doing what I'm doing and to stay mentally healthy and physically healthy and passionate about what I'm doing, I kind of just took over my life. You know, I go to the gym probably 5 to 6 days a week. Not saying that I have to now, but I genuinely enjoy it. It makes me feel good in my head. It makes me physically feel good.
Yeah.
And I still get to enjoy my life. I still, eat some of the things that I really like to eat. I may not eat it often, but it makes me happy.
Your quality of life is better.
Yeah. My quality of life is better.
Because you chosen for it to be that way.
Yeah,
That's
exactly. Exactly. And I chose to work for myself.
Yeah.
No one can make me happy the way that I do.
Yeah.
So
that's a hard decision to make, to work for yourself.
Yeah, it's a scary decision to make.
Yeah. Very scary.
Yeah. And I think a big part of it is that I finally started making decisions for myself.
Yeah.
And what made me happy and not other people.
Yeah. Okay. Like, how does that define you? Yeah.
I think all of those things, maybe not. I mean, I guess some of them are failures, but I think a lot of them are lessons.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that as
They're
a
all
person,
lessons.
it makes me stronger, but like on a whole nother level.
Yeah.
And it makes me bold, and it makes me not afraid to tell people how I feel or why I'm doing what I'm doing. It makes me confident.
Yeah.
Which you would have asked me 2 years ago about my confidence in my job or in physically or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I would laugh.
Yeah.
I would laugh.
Yeah. Because you just weren't sure of yourself or what you were doing. Or how are you grateful for what's happened?
I'm grateful for what's happened because it's like there's like two parts of me, right?
Yeah.
So like now, going through everything that I went through and me being where I am now, I'm very focused on myself and making myself happy and that being enough.
Yeah.
But the other part of me is always going to care about other people.
Yeah.
It's always going to want to cater to other people and make people happy.
Yeah.
So I think that a lot of what I'm doing is serving both worlds.
Yeah.
I think that it's really boosting my self-esteem and boosting my self-confidence and my cooking and my gym life, my fitness, my health, everything.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like I'm giving all of that back to people.
Yeah.
And I'm teaching them about how they could be eating and still enjoying what they're eating.
Yeah.
How they could be enjoying going to the gym and think about what they're going to do at the gym the next day and be excited about it.
Yeah. So with all this said, what does Fitness Feasts mean to you?
Fitness Feast means that it kind of
like
brings
everything
together for me. A big part of it is the farms. I think that a lot of people don't realize how many are around us and the people around us that are trying to do a good thing for the world and for our community.
Right.
And
they're passionate about it too.
Right.
Yeah.
Just the same as I'm passionate about cooking. They're passionate about their animals and their produce and everything that they do.
Yeah.
The ecosystem.
Yeah. My last question would be, how does what you're doing like help the world, contribute to the world? You kind of already touched on it. We're talking about like the farmers and kind of what you're trying to do that way, but on like a philosophical level, like on an energy level, like the kind of energy that you put into what you're doing, how does how does that like turn into like an end result for somebody else that's eating your food?
I think that people will be able to see that I'm coming from a good place and I'm coming from experience. And I truly am a genuine person when I say that I worked my ass off, and it's not easy at all. It's hard. Yeah. But it's so totally worth it.
Right.
Totally worth it. And, you know, I want people to know that they can do it.